me 7 called Magic the Gathering, aka known as Shandalar. It is based on the popular Magic the Gathering card game, obviously, but it's also a roguelike RPG, which is interesting. So we are literally going to speedrun Magic right now. And this is very RNG heavy, but also very controllable. So I'm not going to say that this is marathon safe, but it's pretty marathon safe, so we'll see what happens.
Can you explain the title to chat?
For Shandalar?
Yeah, why this run is called Shandalar, when it is clearly Magic the Gathering.
The plane of existence that Magic used to take place on was called Shandalar. So that's the plane that this game takes place in, which is not a plane that's used anymore in the Magic lore, but that is the main reason why it's called that. It's just sort of the pet name everybody gave it instead of calling it Magic the Gathering. So this game is definitely speedrunnable, and that's what we're going to try and attempt to do. I already set up a save file. We play on Apprentice difficulty, and we use the red starter deck. I'm just not going to show that because it messes with the resolution. And I have to close and reopen the game if we do so. Basically, I'm just going to resume the save file I already made once we're ready to start. So,
ready when you are. Count
all right, 3, 2, 1, start. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find a named town. Over here is the Neverhood hold. And we're going to do the first thing that you do in every Magic the Gathering deck is cut every useful card. So we're going to sell every single card that we don't need, which is every creature in our deck and every artifact. The reason we're doing that is to try and abuse a bug later on. And we're also going to buy some food. Food makes you walk, not slow, basically. And running out of food is not fast. So the main thing we need to do now is we need to make sure we have either 1,000 gold or 3 gems. Starting on this difficulty gives you 4 gems. In this case, black, blue, red, and white. And we can use 3 of those to buy a Shivan Dragon, which is a 6-mana 5/5 flying dragon. Basically, it's the biggest creature in the game. Or we can use 1,000 gold to buy that same dragon. So, essentially, we're just going to go to these random events, like this little amphitheater, or that mountain, or little tree forest. And each of these is a random event that will spawn one of 10 things. Cemetery over here is one as well. Hey, we got there. Nice! Today is the day of Quick Shivan Dragon. So this is actually completely random. It's usually a 1 in 5 chance. There's actually 2 out of the 10 events that can give you the Shivan. So we have a Shivan Dragon in our deck. Perfect. I'm going to sell these just for a little bit extra money. And we're ready to start the actual run. So we already know where 2 castles are. The way you beat this game is you have to find 5 castles, 1 for every color of Magic. And you have to beat the Planeswalker at the end of the castle. And then you also have to beat the final boss. So what the speedrun is we're going to beat all 5 castles as quickly as possible and then beat the final boss in the easiest way that you can do so. So right now, our deck is literally just a Shivan Dragon. What costs 2 black? That is the card Fear. I'm answering some quiz questions here right now to progress. But our deck is literally just a Shivan Dragon and a bunch of spells and lands. The reason we did that, as you can see right at the top of my screen now, is when you're in these dungeons, or in this case the castle, you can pick up dice which will... Sorry, I got sidetracked in my head. You can pick up dice which will give you either a random creature or a random artifact in your deck. In this case, since the only creature artifact in our entire deck is Shivan Dragon, we started off with a turn 0 Shivan Dragon. Because it was in play when we started, it also has haste. Essentially, it can attack that turn it came into play. So we're going to try and race our opponent here and hope we don't get burned out with... Ooh, Mana Flare, perfect. So Mana Flare is a spell that doubles all of your mana, so we just bopped that nerd. I also just hit my split button, which is kind of funny. So we're going to get a second Shivan Dragon now, just in case we lose the first. And then we're going to get an Eternal Warrior. Eternal Warrior gives your creature Vigilance, which means it doesn't tap to attack. In Magic the Gathering, creatures have to tap to attack you. Or you have to tap your creature to attack, typically. So what that allows me to do is it allows me to not die to my opponent's creatures, since I started off at a much lower life total than they do. So we're off to a good start. I also want to point out that we are giving away some Chandra goggles as one of our incentives. So if you are a Magic nerd like me, you can donate towards those and look like an even bigger nerd. Alright, so right here is the boss we're looking for, this green wizard. We got a Shivan Dragon, perfect. And we're off to the races. So our deck is supposed to be 40 cards. That's why I have all these islands, plains, and forests in my deck, even though I didn't put them there. The reason they're in the deck is because it auto-fills the deck to fill up to 40. The AI does some weird things in this game too, like that Killer Bees could potentially block down my Shivan or even race me, but it always will chump it for some reason. Chump means that it will run in front even though it has no chance of killing it and just dying. Sorry if I'm using Magic the Gathering terms, I will try to explain as I go. On the plus side, we have a bunch of Shivan Dragons. So we're probably going to win next turn. This is a very good run so far, actually. We had a very quick Shivan and 2 quick castles. In this case, I'm just going to pick 3 cards because I don't care what cards I get. Oh my god, the white castle's up here. Is this a god layout? So, the map in this game is completely random. It randomizes every single layout when you start a new game. In this case, the castles are also in random parts on the map. So, since I need to get to 5 castles, the ideal layout would be all 5 in the same spot. So far, we have 3, which is kind of crazy. That's really lucky. Hey, there's the boss. Perfect. World record for this game is also insanely good right now, due to very, very, very good RNG. It's like 11:22 or something like that. Much better than my PB by a couple minutes. Alright, so we're gonna fight the white boss. I could use this immolation spell to kill this Mesa Pegasus. The reason I'm not going to is, first of all, it's not going to block my Shivan Dragon for at least a couple turns. And second of all, the opponent has a card called Balance in their deck, which will immediately kill me if I kill the Pegasus. It won't actually, like, kill me, but it'll kill my dragon, which means I can't actually win, basically. Hey, there's the Balance I was talking about. Weird. So, we should be good to go here. Perfect.
I have a $25.96 donation from Cheese Hunter. $5 for each raffle except for the Donkey Kong guide, and 96 cents because cat bag.
Cat bag? I agree on the cat bag. So, the other interesting thing here now, so we beat 3 of the castles already, which is pretty sick. Right now, we need to find the blue and black castle. The blue, each castle will spawn in their respective color of landscape. So in this case, the blue castle will be in the island area over here on the sides, and the black castle will be in the swamps, which is also on the edge of the map. So either of those could literally be anywhere around the edge of the map, and I kind of just need to search for them. We got some really, really stupid good luck on those other 3 castles just being right at the beginning. But, oh, there's the blue one. Whoa, okay. That's lucky. Well, let's go up to that. So all of these castle layouts are also random. They can spawn enemies like that Pegasus. And they can also spawn random amounts of dice. The ideal layout is one that doesn't have a lot of enemies, has a lot of dice, and you can just walk through it. So far, we've had pretty good luck. African-American castle. We already went to White Castle, if anybody was hungry. I didn't pick anything up for chat, though, I'm sorry. So, in this case, the boss is to the left of where that little Pegasus is. The boss in every single castle dungeon will either be on the top right or top left corner, to essentially put it as far away from the player as possible once they enter. So I'm going to check if there's a die. There is. Alright, so I'm going to try and use this Pegasus to progress. Yeah, we're making really good time. Opponent just tapped the land and took damage. By the way, there is mana burn in this game, which is not in Magic anymore. It used to be if you tapped the land and didn't use mana, you would take damage. Oh, is Cheese calling me a nerd or something? Anyway. So, the shitty thing here is there are no dice. If there's no dice on the map, I can't actually finish it because I need a shipping dragon, so I have to actually reset the castle. This is where some of the RNG comes in. I'm going to need to get a castle that's open, that leads me to the boss, and that also gives me enough dice to actually complete it. So there are some strats you can do to try and keep dice, for instance, walking around them and not picking them up. So we're going to try and do that. This is probably a reset again. Well, I can try this. Oh, I forgot that spell hurts me. Ow. There we go. There's the boss. Okay. Well, Shivan? Nope. Okay, so I need a dragon. Shivan? Alright, so every single one of these dice is a coin flip. So far, I lost 3. That's a little unlucky, but not too unlucky. And by the way, I'm a gigantic magic nerd, so that's why we're streaming this. This was my pet project game to get into speedrunning. We took this from like an hour-and-a-half run to 11 minutes.
Have a $10 donation from Vash the Stamped. I need those goggles in my life. Boy, hug.
Thanks, Vash. Oh god, I didn't mean to play that. Whatever. I mean, it does matter. So we just got twiddled, and then we got stasis. Twiddle taps the creature, stasis means we don't untap, but you can't pay the upkeep, so he's just gonna die next turn. I would say if I played the mountain, because now I'm gonna be 1 damage short, because I'm a big stupid idiot. Dumb idiot. Alright, we're fine. Alright, again, I'll just take 3 cards. The cards don't matter much. If you need specific cards, like from the... Oh my god, there's a Black Castle! Is it happening? 1 second. Alright. That is interesting. I'm actually really excited. Holy crap. This never happens. Boss? Nope. Okay. We're gonna try. Alright, so we killed that guy. The problem here is I don't know if I have enough dice to beat this. Living Lands cost 4 mana. Nope. I might have to reset this castle. Yeah, I gotta reset this castle. I don't have enough dice to finish it. I need at least 1 extra die for the boss, and there's only 1 die on the map I can get to. So because of that, rather than wasting everybody's time and just digging around, I will just reset. There we go. This one looks way more promising anyway. Okay, we just need a Shivan. Perfect, first try. Mountain Dew and Doritos. We already did Pepsi Man. Doesn't that count? I think there were some Lay's potato chips. Do Lay's count? And I have no idea. This is getting confusing. How much is our stream showing at this point? I'm not even sure. There's a Black Lotus. He's probably gonna play a 4/4. That is fine. That doesn't do anything. So the black deck has a bunch of flyers, which can actually delay this quite a bit. I'm assuming that's what's going to happen. I'm just going to keep attacking every turn until I eventually get to play my second Shivan and we'll be good. Oh, I should have played the second Shivan there. Oh well. Okay, so we'll just take 3 cards. 3 cards don't matter. And then we'll get to the hardest boss fight in the history of Magic. And we're done. Alright. We saved Shandalar for the next -6 years. I hope you guys stop the timer.
Yeah, we got you.
Okay.
Stopped when you said done. 13:41.
That might be... No, that's not a PB. But that is really, really good.
Yeah, well done, Boyks.
Nice.
Skilling it out.
If I didn't have to reset that castle like 3 times, that could have been world record, actually. Nice. So let's look at our stats real quick. Here's our character. His name was Dongs. So that last boss is really hard in that it doesn't actually matter if you kill him. It's considered a win anyway. We have 1 win, 0 loss against him. The only thing that happens when you beat that boss is it changes the time frame that he gets sent back, or that he gets sent like forward in time, or that he gets locked up, basically. But because we never did any damage to him at all, period, and because they decided they needed to use a signed integer for some reason, it ends up being a negative value. So the lore of this game is that we sent him back in time so we could just keep doing the speedrun, I guess. Yeah. We did have a chance to rename the character, but I was gonna have to set up the game and I just didn't bother.